Council is talking about removing some or all the subsidy from buses, weekends, evenings and some of the town buses, and that would mean that some of those services might cease to run. What do you think of that idea?
Well, it's a bit ridiculous, really.
I just think,
Yeah. It's going to mess a lot of people's lives
it will.
up.
It
Yeah.
will just, especially, people who pensioners who can't drive.
Yes.
And things like that. We just have no other option.
Apart from relying on the buses, yeah.
When they're expensive. And I hope they don't take the bus passes away.
Oh, I hope not.
Because,
I rely on that as a lifeline for my hospital appointments and everything.
Yeah, it is a lifeline to
It is.
some people.
It is a lifeline.
Yeah.
What do you think of Wiltshire Council's thoughts of cutting the town buses?
They better not.
They better not.
I'll tell you now.
There'll be an uproar if they
No
do.
way. There'll be an uproar. They won't. No.
We'll all be at the town hall.
We will be at the town hall.
We will.
Yeah.
Why it's said two buses, a fare saver and a first week, near enough a couple of minutes between them, coming to Chippenham from Bath. And I think that's silly.
The fare saver is £1 from Bower Hill to town at 9:30, and the first bus is £1.50. So why should we pay more? We start at about 10:15 to go to Devizes, and then they're only every 2 hours. And the same going to Bath, they're only every 2 hours.
So where would you like to go on a Sunday?
Well, sometimes I'd like to go to Trowbridge, and sometimes to Chippenham.
I came in on the 15 this morning, and that was the 10 to 9 bus, and there was probably 10 people on there, and not just pensioners, there were some young people on there, so I think more and more people are using it.
Are you a regular bus user?
We're going to Bath and then we're going to go up to the hospital when we get to Bath.
So you're transferred across to the Royal
To
United?
the 40.
And how often do you go?
Every couple of months.
Yeah, at least a couple of months.
So you use the train and bus to get to work?
I do, yeah. Most of the bus on a day, depending on what shift I'm working really, but now they've cut the evening service for the first buses to no longer run. I can't no longer get a bus after 6 o'clock now, so I have to take the car on some of the days that I'm working. Whereas before I was buying a weekly bus pass for £20 first. I can't afford, it's too expensive to do that now really, because if you're using part bus and part train or whatever, you can't get full use out of it due to the time.
So the fact the evening bus is gone means you don't use the daytime bus as much either?
No, that's right, yeah.
I people who use the Bower Hill bus to connect to Melksham to Trowbridge, and then they go from Trowbridge to Devizes, and they walk home along the canal. And I've done that before now, going up to Devizes and walked home along the canal. I find it's a really useful service. The other thought that I've got is a lot of people go into Bath or go into local towns, meet people. They might not even meet people. They might just go in, have a look around and go in for coffee in a coffee shop. So I do think that people who use the buses are also keeping people in employment, not only on the bus service, but also in local shops and towns. I think it's a very beneficial service.
Oh, I love taking the bus into Bath. It's so much easier than the train. It's practically door-to-door service.
We decided we would go down to Devon and specifically thought how we get down there without having to take the car. So it was a little experiment, but we were very pleasantly surprised. It was using the bus down there that we realised how it has to work for the community.
Transport matters to all these people, and we should move forward in Wiltshire on a system that is good for the operators, good for the passengers and good for the taxpayer too.